your spot for Worlds, and what better time for V1 to kind of get away from the Game 5 curse, get away from these very difficult, long, drawn-out tournaments, than to come out this weekend and really move up the rankings. But they have to get through Charlotte Phoenix. We haven't talked a whole lot about them in the pregame, and they are no pushover. Beastabonium, who had his own fall regional to himself where he was electric. You have Delta and Andy as the supporting cast, and I feel like a lot of the times Charlotte Phoenix is overlooked simply because of the name itself.
I feel like Charlotte Phoenix, right? This is a different roster than what we're used to. Charlotte Phoenix, unfortunately, you know, the roster they had, it just wasn't getting it done. And they finally decided to make that change. This new roster is a lot more competitive, but they will not be able to get here for this opening one. Torment gonna come off the pass from Calm, and he'll get this shot. Good effort here from Calm. Look at that touch under into the wall to himself, and then just powers it across. All the speed and Torment, all the confidence that Calm had the mechanics to get that where he wanted it. Commits in, makes the first goal, and Calm gonna get a second here, possibly. Delta can't make the save. Version1 up 2-0 here early.
I think the biggest question mark for me, it's not even really a question mark, and this causes or casts no dispersions against V1, but which version of Gimmick are we going to get today? Are we going to get the one that pre-reads balls down the field like what Beastabonium did just a regional ago, or are we going to get the very timid but still facilitating Gimmick? And if you get the former, he will take over the game, and that's why V1's scary.
It's interesting too because it swaps a lot. We actually debated this on the last cast, is that it swaps between Gimmick and Calm a lot, which one of them's going to play that one spot, right? Who's the one bringing the ball out? And it typically comes down to whichever one's kind of feeling it on the day. But majority of the time, they're looking for Calm to be that guy. Beastabonium gonna hit the brakes, gets one to bite, and then throws the ball on net. Second one can't get there. Beastabonium gets CLT on the board.
A very fast start from V1 in this game, and for the series, you're looking at Charlotte Phoenix to slow the pace down heavily. So far, they've been able to respond with a goal, 3:48 on the clock, plenty of time. Kickoff goes underway, and Calm gets the demo. Torment puts a shot towards the backboard, recovering nicely for a second tap, but here comes Calm again. 2 goals so far in the day, Supersonic, and he gets going early. It's looking good for the V1 offense.
Yeah, Calm has a ton of mechanics that he can use. He's somebody that kind of does these off touches. He's going to be the one kind of making odd cuts. Andy gets it past Torment, all the control, and we're tied back up here 2-2.
These solo plays from Charlotte Phoenix. I mean, Andy with the fake and then the great juke at the end. Torment stood no chance. Sorry, V1 fans, but Charlotte Phoenix are here to play in game 1. They tie it up as quickly as V1 had been able to grab a lead. And now we sit with so much time on the clock, essentially 0-0. Everyone now fighting just for the lead.
Yeah, this is a series, or I'm expecting it to be a series, right? The very first series period of the spring split that got played was a tiebreaker between these two teams that went the distance. Back and forth battle all the way to game 7 OT. Andy can't get that one in. Beastabonium now short, ends up hitting it inside, and Calm's going to be the one to bring it out. Looking to solo it across. He'll have it way up and over Delta. Looking to 50 Andy. And Gimmick near miss there. Torment going to have to take his time on the back end. He'll come off the back wall to greet that one. And Delta shot across. Gimmick can't get the touch, but luckily the crossbar's there to make the save.
Another threatening chance. Beastabonium almost got the extension. Again, centering the ball. Charlotte Phoenix doing a great job of taking it away from V1's hands. And a lot like how Xset found success against Envy with limiting possession time, limiting the individual chances for V1 to move down the field creatively is going to be the key to success so far for Charlotte Phoenix. They've done just that, and these continued challenges only favor them. But we've burned about a minute off the clock since that last discussion, and Andy has escaped down the field. Plenty of boost to burn, room to move, but unfortunately will fall by the wayside as the defense of V1 stands up into the corner.
Yeah, Andy looks like he's feeling it today. He's had a lot of good touches, good challenges right here. Another good effort. Oh, Calm powers one through. They somehow make the save, but then Torment comes in off the backside to finish. And this is one of those things you've got to recognize, is that Torment is no longer that defensive third island in the back. He's somebody that is up, involved in the offense over and over and over again. Torment comes in, makes the finish here. That's kind of been the story here of V1 here in the spring and second half of the winter split.
Whoever utilizes the pinch game first as a team is going to be setting a new standard for Rocket League. That is just so hard to read as a defense. And that is how V1 will kill you. Everybody is capable and fully functioning in that facet of the game. You look at Delta kind of dumping the ball off to the corner, and a demo leaves way to a 3v2 down the field. Beastbonium going for the slow is successful before Gimmick kicks it to the corner. No center for V1, and the defense for Charlotte Phoenix again will clear the ball away.
Combo hits Gimmick, sets himself up in the midfield to come in to make another attack. That one read well by Andy. Beastbonium this time will be coming down for Charlotte. Right in the hands of Com. Flicks up and over Andy. Just throws it at the net. Didn't really have an option for a good pass to get it around that defender. Andy with a good read. They actually dropped it right down to Beastbonium, turning into a bit of a play, but Com recognizes that and wants none of it. He's just going to remove Andy from the pitch.
Charlotte Phoenix is at 890 points currently. Right above them is Ghost Gaming at 910, and then you have V1 at 950. So we talk a lot about V1 needing a big weekend. Not saying that Charlotte can't make it, but even with that stretch, this is a huge weekend for them as well to make up some ground in the standings.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, right, like you do a deep run, you take a third, you take a second, you win a regional, you put your name right back in there, and then talk about the points on the backside. Beastbonium just with a beat here in the midfield, and it just floats all the way down, narrowly beating out Com and Gimmick. Right as it was going up, he thought Com had that, and you could see him kind of wiggle to the right, and at that point, that right-hand turn throws him out of position. He can no longer swing his momentum the right way to get back for that one, and Charlotte Phoenix get away with their third there.
18 seconds to go. Tie game. First one of the series. As Gimmick slow push over. The defense is there for Charlotte. 10 to go. Will we see an OT to kick off this one? It's only fair if it happens on the B stream. We've seen it many times. 3 seconds now. Delta looking for the connection. Andy shot high and saved by Torment. A game-saving shot at that.
If that's not V1 in a nutshell right there, that is V1 to a T. What's that? We're going to OT. Oh, God. Goal almost about to go in. We're not going to get the OT. Torment diving save into the crossbar. It's a script at this point, and it runs every single game. You cannot deny it. It's just the way things are.
You know, I thought I had it bad for a while, but knowing you and Lawler trying to put up with this V1 team so many times. Oh, double tap from Gimmick. And the game winner from V1 in game one might set the momentum for the rest of this series.
We thrive in it. We live in it. V1.
That might be the new song you guys start singing every time you go to a game.
Yeah, I'll create a song out of it. Man, battle though. Charlotte Phoenix, again, that game 7 series that we got to watch when we casted that, me and Lawler, it was such a roller coaster ride, but man, it is a fun matchup when these two go at it. There's a lot of speed, and it just ends up being a shootout battle most of the time. It doesn't turn into these kind of drag-out matches. It's typically fast-paced all the way through, and whoever outshoots the other ends up taking it down. Really, I mean, I guess that's the way Rocket League works, right? You got to outshoot the other team, but it's true shootout fashion when these two teams collide, and I love getting to cast these two teams.
Charlotte had a great game one, just unable to close the deal in the end. And again, the experience and the veteran leadership from V1 is going to be important regardless of the series we look at. Let's go to game 2 now, where V1 have a chance to go up 2-0 in the series and really knock on the ending door of a 3-0 sweep. But if you're Charlotte Phoenix, Spaceman Sweep is alive. I know it's a fickle thing. I know it doesn't happen often. We haven't seen it much, but what a good time to pull it out.
Man, when you first created it, it was happening all the time, and then it just kind of slowed down. Beastbonium shot. Delta going to read that one, and Gimmick will have to make a bit of an odd touch to make sure that shot goes high and into the backboard. Torment with a little bit of control here, and the offense of Charlotte Phoenix really getting aggressive. You can see the look for the bump on Gimmick in the net there from Andy. Just a lot of pressure here from Charlotte Phoenix to open up the first 45 seconds of this game. Still in control here as Delta comes to the corner to look to pass to the midfield. Andy with a very interesting little touch for a back pass. Beastbonium not expecting it.
I think he just kind of turned the wrong way on the ball. You can tell he's trying to push it more towards the dirt, and it just kind of hangs up in the air. Andy with a cross down to Delta, but Torment again will easily read it to the corner, grabs the corner boost, so resources here for V1.
Gimmick here up against Andy now, and again, just a shootout back and forth. Tons of pressure from both teams. Gimmick, can he get there? And will be off the crossbar. Good job to secure the boost in the corner. That's a big thing between these two teams. Boost control is going to have a lot to determine what goes on here, as both of these teams will be expending a ton. I mean, you have Gimmick on the field, you know a bunch of boost is going to be spent, but then you have Andy, Delta, Beast of Bonium. All those guys love flying. They love the speed. Expect it to be a battle over these midfield boosts.
Fighting for possession in the corner. Essentially just been a stalemate for 2 minutes. V1 missing a couple of touches, but don't worry. Calm is moving to midfield and advancing the ball right up through the left sideline. Gimmick to no one. Andy will read that reception. We hang in traffic for the moment. It's basically been, let's give away possession on each side. Maybe someone will be able to break away downfield. Delta circling back. Andy doing the same over one. Andy last line of defense. A demo might help Charlotte Phoenix's chances here, but even then, not much has really happened on offense for either team.
I mean, Charlotte Phoenix has created some opportunities and had some pressure that did break up the defensive line for a moment or two, but they just weren't able to capitalize on it. Torment getting bullied in the corner. Everybody getting bullied. Beast of Bonium looking for all the bumps. He's going to get everybody. He literally bumped every single player. Comes through, bump on Gimmick there, bump on Gimmick again after hitting Torment. Comes through, air bump, clips the back of Calm and opens up the net. Beast of Bonium, an actual beast on the line, just bumping his way through the entire team.
Sometimes you just got to do it yourself.
Sometimes you just have to will things into existence and just use your own strength and make it happen.
Andy again with another awkward touch on the landing, but Beast of Bonium at midfield. We'll sky it back to the defensive half of V1. Back to Charlotte Phoenix we go. Changing possessions as ever. And a great interception by Andy. Delta now with a shot. A better save from Gimmick. Beast of Bonium last line up. Bumped off the play. And V1's defense continues to stand the test of time, taking out every single look that Charlotte had on that attack.
Charlotte Phoenix looking dangerous right now. They're on this ball, just playing in these 1v1s. They're challenging every single touch. Nobody coming off. They're just looking to bully their way through. Beast of Bonium once again there to greet them. And the defense in an odd spot. Finally, Gimmick will be there to relieve the pressure. But what a back and forth, and a near miss there from Calm. The opportunity, but no boost in the tank to get the finish. Torment looking to set it up for Gimmick. Beast of Bonium now with a great save.
V1 now thinking of how they want to recover possession, but Delta won't give them much time to think. We go back to midfield. And off of the defensive half, yes, they've blocked the ball out, but they have given away that hold on the pitch. Finally, Calm escapes down the sideline. Torment circling in, open net in front. Two defenders will hang on the back. We go to the length of the field, the opposite corner. Gimmick circling back down in front of the box. Dangerous play here. Flips it up to Calm. Calm leaves off on the play. Back down the other way. And Gimmick with a connection. Will he redirect it? Yes. Will it be a goal? No. Delta finds the save, but numbers are here for V1.
Calm up against Andy, and Andy gets another good beat on the 50. He is just winning 50 after 50, and then the bumps and demos. You can see Beast of Bonium trying to chase down Calm here once again. Every back rotation, Beast of Bonium is looking for a bump or demo. Every single time he's cutting through midfield and just trying to take out that third man to break up this line and just screw with the minds of V1. Andy,
like to
around
know
Torment.
How the energy's been for this game. Calm has 86 points. There has not been a lot of offense. And Charlotte found one goal in the entire game, and that was it. I don't think we saw maybe more than one or two shots. Two for Gimmick, one for Torment. A team that was putting on 7, 8, 9 in game one. That was a very, very drawn-out stalemate game in game two.
Yeah, and really, I'm gonna give the credit. I mean, the goals from Delta, right? He's got a save. He's got the highest score, but Beast of Bonium is the workhorse right now of the Charlotte Phoenix. Andy's winning his 50s, but really the breakup in what's going on the V1 side that's messing up the rotations and causing them to have to do some of these double commits and these awkward situations in the corners, it's all off the bumps and demos of Beast of Bonium. He's just bulldozing his way through as he bullies the Version 1 team.
Now we go to game three, and again, a series that I think many, in just terms of like paperweight predictions, I think many would have expected V1 to be able to handle their business, but without overlooking Charlotte, it has been a scrappy series, and this is kind of how V1 plays sometimes. When they're not just blowing teams out, they play these very down in the mud, in the trenches series, and it's all about can they execute and come out on top. So far, Charlotte are playing them to a T.
Welcome to V1. This is expect game 5s, expect game 5 OTs. If you just expect it going in, your heart will handle everything a lot better. I'm going to try and slot this one under Delta,
You
but
won't
Delta's
die
a
before
great
the
cut.
age of 50. That's
Yeah.
what we were talking about. Yeah.
The gray hairs in my beard since becoming a V1 commentator have only grown in number.
It's good to know we're going to have you for a long time. That's what makes me happy.
Yeah, my lifespan shortens daily on the V1 broadcast.
I can give you some. Rogue just kind of, adds and takes away life as it wishes. So if you want any, I know a guy. Cross
Torment
down to
tries touch
Andy.
one. Ooh. Andy in control. Calm going to go early, forcing him to have to try and throw that one high, which Torment will read. Gimmick gets the demo. I think he got the boost as well, so he's going to try and bring it out. Round Beast Ebonium looks for the cut up to the ceiling, but Delta gets it as he loses control.
Slow roller down. Again, these kind of chip shots that just bank off the dirt hasn't really done much. And V1's found a couple of them, but the offense, quiet in game 2. So far, same situation in game 3. We burned a minute off the clock. Charlotte Phoenix continuing to apply that same pressure. This might be a chance now. V1 trying to move down the field, but even on that challenge, Calm and Torment sitting back at midfield, waiting for that long clear, but not a lot of aggression out of V1. They might be seeing something I'm not. It's just been a little bit quiet. Andy trying to recover on the play, and another challenge goes to the corner.
We're going to hit this one forward again. Just a kind of a clear, but it does come back his way. Sits it. Tries to sit that one down into the midfield for Gimmick. Just a little too far ahead. They can't make the play. Delta trying to roll it to Andy. Beast Ebonium. They actually make a change up. Beast Ebonium with a second touch, and Torment able to make the save. This time he will be able to pop that one high. Clear downfield. Calm in control up against Andy. Wins a 50 against him for once, but it falls right into the lap of Beast Ebonium. Oh,
Closing
man.
in on the end game of this game 3. Again, series tied 1-1. It was version 1 in overtime in game 1 who were able to steal it. Charlotte had a good response in game 2, but after that first goal, that was it. There was not a lot of offense and very little production from either side. You have Andy slowing it to the corner, able to extend over one and burns a bit of boost, but still plenty in the tank to be able to get it towards the backboard. Beast Ebonium challenging on the ground, spreading out the defense of V1, forcing Calm off the backboard, who will escape and moves the ball finally downfield. Now it comes down to possession time. And so far, it just has not been there for either team. This is about as dead even of a matchup at 0-0 as you could have seen.
Yeah, really, the V1 offense hasn't been able to get going. They haven't been able to get enough boost. There's been a great effort from Charlotte Phoenix. If a player gets boost, demo him. If he doesn't, bully him off of it, take it from the back corner. Right now, Beast Ebonium, he's all the way downfield. He just took the back boost, came through, demo and Calm in the third man position so that they can try and get another downfield pass. Nobody home this time, though, and Gimmick is going to capitalize off the pass from Torment.
Charlotte gave them a lot of space to continue to keep this play alive. You even had a couple of members right in the back. I think it was Andy playing goalie who allowed for Calm to move upfield. No one went for the challenge on the ball, and V1's going to take that possession each time in the corner.
There's going to be opportunities like that present themselves just due to the way Beast Ebonium is playing. It's if they start changing up the play, knowing that Beast Ebonium is doing those kinds of attacks because he's coming through and he's out of position for the rotation, he messes up that rotation a little bit for the defense because he's coming at them and they have to worry about, does he accidentally hit the ball? Where's the ball going to go? It changes up their approach. And that then gives those opportunities for Torment to try and slot that one out onto the side and then pass it back in.
Andy with a long clear. Now you're looking at how do Charlotte Phoenix start to connect with one another. There's a shot towards the net. Double commit by V1, but it does enough to give them some time to breathe. And Calm will be able to extend downfield. Can't juggle. To the corner we go. Every time it looks like a play's developing, it just kind of dies. Dead weight in the air. Beast Ebonium escaping. Moving the ball off the sidewall. Challenged by Torment. And Torment is successful and wins the 50. And this continues to kill time. Charlotte Phoenix needs something. Andy Styling can't get it past Calm. And now we slow down in the box.
You can see Gim starting to speed up as well. It's making a big difference here. He's been making some bumps, some demos, some big chases. Calm up early to get that one. Delta almost with the shot on. And Charlotte Phoenix trying to get in here and put pressure against V1, but the defense holding strong now that they're finally winning a bit of these boost battles. Oh, close one. Torment up early. That one's going to go high. Could bounce down, but Gimmick's going to clear that one away. Final seconds here. Calm to the wall. Going to pinch it out. Beast of Bonium manages to keep it alive. Last shot opportunity. That one should go down and touch. It does. Version 1 going to get away with this. They take down their second in the series.
There's a couple of times where it looks like Charlotte Phoenix might have a chance to be able to put another body on the ball, but even in moments where the offense was clicking and the defense from V1 was doing their best to stay involved on the play, there was not a lot of infield passing from either team. You saw it on the only goal coming out of V1 through the corner, but for Charlotte, a little bit late on a lot of the challenges and a lot of the commitments. So many times it seemed that they were going to have a chance to start moving the defense out. But when that ball would go towards the backboard, two members, if not all three from Charlotte, had backed up and were worried about a counterattack down the field and hesitant to challenge V1 on the line, left way to so much space for V1 to move. You can't get that backed off on V1. But V1 did their job. They moved down the field. They played through the corner. They found the passing when they needed to. They find the goal. Same thing as game 2. Both teams scoring 1, and 1 is good enough.
Hey, the other team's got 0. 1 is you know, the bare minimum that you want on the board for your side.
If you score one more than the other team, you're fine.
Version 1 gets that done. Going here into game 4 again. This is not definitive. This is not decisive by any means on either side right now. This is still a battle. We're going to open up this game 4. Torment trying to beat Delta out in the corner. Calm will take control. And Beast of Bonium will beat him out for the second touch.
Beast of Bonium was electric in game 1. Since then, I mean, still looking for Andy and Delta to find that same kind of flair, that same polish on the field. So far, it has really just been kind of a one-man show. And not a lot of team presence for Charlotte, other than the defensive half. We give them credit there. For V1, just doing what's necessary at this point. Controlling the pace, controlling the possession time, putting pressure onto Charlotte's half. Now, how does the offense respond? V1 on the verge of going up 3-1 in the series and taking it. For Charlotte, you could send it to a game 5, but you have to play a little bit better in this game.
I'm looking for that second touch from the ceiling. Can't get it. Andy will get a touch. Torment clears out to the sidewall. Beast of Bonium there. So back and forth battle there in the midfield as possession continues to trade. Gimmick going to win 150. 50 out into the open. Torment going to take control. Gets it over Beast of Bonium. Delta floating. Uses his flip to maintain that position in the net and gets the save. Gimmick down. Can Calm retouch it? Gimmick back down again. Trying to get Torment there. This time coming across and Andy will be there. So one of those things that when V1 starts getting going, they start getting these kind of off passes. They can create some crazy offensive sequences when they start hitting those. So a bit scary for Charlotte Phoenix if they can start connecting. Good save there from Beast of Bonium as Gimmick tried to slot one in the upper 90. And this is the battle that I was expecting. You were saying, you know, teams probably expecting V1 to take it. These teams are always a battle.
Well, for the last 2 games, not including this one, but we'll count it anyway. For the first minute and a half, Super, it's just been 0-0 slugfest. You get the ball, I get the ball, you take the ball. And so far, I mean, V1 have been playing a little bit more creative on the offense. And like you said, the kind of those off-brand touches that catch you on the off rhythm of your defensive rotation, that's where they can kill you. But for Charlotte Phoenix, it has to come through some connective passes. And the call up on the field needs to start being formulated in those comms. Delta with a challenge. Beast of Bonium recognizes the offensive slot, jumps the gun, gets the shot, and a 1-0 lead.
You go back and watch that one again from the angle I had. Beast of Bonium turned so quick. That pinch happened, and it was instantaneous. He was on his rotation back towards being the third man, and he just hard cut as fast as possible. Torment, though, gonna get one off Calm, and they clap right back.
I mean, the control from Calm to get it over basically both. That flip reset essentially takes out Andy. Andy can't recover, so it's a 1v1 against Delta, and Delta was waiting for the hit towards the top of the bar. It slots underneath. A beautiful play by V1 that's so quick to miss. Tied up 1-1, 2:35 to go. Who's going to score next is the question. And will it be a 3-1 series win for V1, or will we go to game 5?
Big pop into the midfield. Gimmick wanted it, but realized that he had a bad takeoff. Calls himself out of the play. Torment Beastabonium. That was a close one. Barely gets a piece. Gim gonna try and get it past Andy, looking for the upper 90. Beastabonium with a diving save, and Calm gonna come off of that. Allows Torment to take the shot.
Delta to Andy. Over Gimmick. Calm at the backboard. He'll get the save as well. Down to the middle. And again, we just kind of give away possession quickly, but the pressure from V1 begins to mount like it has so many times in this game 4. A 2-1 series lead, and with a minute 49, anything is possible. Andy, centered. Here comes Delta, and what a big challenge over 2 players. Gets the lead for Charlotte, and that is a massive play.
Yeah, the double commit here from both of them. Somebody needs to cover the low shot. Torment was actually in the right position, too. If that one came low, he would have actually saved that one, but the double opens it up. Delta punishes. And now V1 having to work this from behind. Calm gonna pop one up. Delta to the back wall, looking for the second touch. Gets it out in front of the net. Nobody comes forward to capitalize on it, though. Wins the boost, though, so Delta takes that back corner. Torment had to spend a bunch, and the boost won't be there for him as he rotates back through. Calm shot. What a save from Beastabonium.
That was the game tire right there. Charlotte's Phoenix stepping up. The demo leaves way to Calm, but he overextended. That's a double tap that's back down awkwardly. And Andy might buy enough time. Is the defense there to commit? The dunk won't land. Now you're looking at a counterattack down the field. Charlotte trying to buy themselves into a game 5. A bad
Torment.
pitch.
Shot low. Delta's there.
Full boost for
Another
Gimmick.
shot.
Andy long clear. We look for Delta on the opposite end, and Calm to the corner, dumps it out. Torment circling back in the play. 1-2 punch, trying to find the connected pass. There goes Calm, slowing it down. Over 1. Here comes Delta for the challenge and the escape. No boost, but might have done enough to facilitate through the middle of the field, and Beastabonium goes up to read the challenge, does so successfully, and keeps it out. The center for Delta, bumped off the play by Gimmick, and kills the Charlotte offense as quickly as it rotates down the field.
Torment now having to try and beat out Andy, but Beastabonium will actually come up and make that one. Gimmick, not quite the touch he wanted. He was looking to trap that ball. Delta in front of the net. Torment will clear one up. Calm should be able to get this off the sidewall. Goes under Beastabonium, fakes him out. Can't beat Andy, though. Final seconds here. We go to game 5.
Name a more iconic duo. V1 in game 5. Name a more iconic duo.
Game 5 OT.
You can't. Nah, I don't even want to hear it. You can't.
Game 5 OT.
Tie series. We go to game 5. V1 fans, God bless you. We don't have sponsors on this stream, really. But, I mean, whatever they use for, like, heart conditions. I don't know the commercials anymore. Is it Bayer? I don't know. Y'all need to buy some of that because the amount of heart attacks you must have going to game 5s. How you feeling, Super?
You know, it's just another day in the office, you know?
Oh, yeah, I feel that. Well,
Pretty
now,
standard. This is just how it operates.
Here's the situation, Super. Just kind of, again, these are all round robins, but it's not like this game means nothing. Kickoff win for Charlotte. Yeah, this is a pretty big one because V1's in 3rd place. Charlotte's in 3rd as well. Calm gets the first goal. You're probably going to sit in the lower bracket regardless, but seeding is important. And that's a big goal for V1.
Oh, what a demo there from Torment to open up that net. Delta just out of position. Can't get there. Great play from Tor.
I've never seen a team go to game 5s as often as V1. I've never seen it. It's remarkable.
Game 5s and OTs.
Like, you could legitimately bet on this, like a mortgage. You could really make some money. What a great read.
Oh, Calm, punish. Nobody back on defense. Pass down, and he's just going to hit it the length of the field.
That's just a stupid angle.
Great
what are we supposed to say? It's game 5, and V1's now showing up and scoring more goals than the past 3 games had. I mean, there's plenty of time on the clock for Charlotte, but my God.
Yeah, at this point, not what V1 was looking for. So at this point, they are going to be playing bottom bracket. They really needed the 3-0 sweep here if they wanted to go up and try and get into that second place. Out of reach at this point, so they will be playing from the lower bracket tomorrow if they, regardless here. But that seeding, again, is important. Both these teams are in. They're just battling to see which one of them is going to get that better seeding. Calm going to try and make another touch here, but Andy, Beastabonium will both be there. A little bit of presence. Tor going to try and fake it over the top. Can't do it. Good touch out, though. Calm going to look to try and double it himself. Can't find the second touch.
V1 has gone to Game 5 every single series this weekend.
Yeah.
Listen, as long as you're winning the last game of your series, you're fine.
Look,
you'll win the tournament.
D-Rat came out yesterday and he was like, hey, so V1's at 98 overtimes and has a chance to hit 100 OTs. And in the very first series yesterday, they hit it, go to Game 5. All 3 of their wins in that opening series were off of OTs.
It is a special, special breed of team to be able to do that.
And Charlotte, they never come out of it. That's the thing. Is like, you think it's rough for the fans. You think it's rough for everybody. Imagine being the players, and they never come out of it. They don't get discouraged. It doesn't matter how much time's left on, what point they're at. They always play it through. So you always get a show. At the very least, you're going to get a series on your hand if V1's on the field.
For Charlotte, there's plenty of time in this Game 5. But after those first 2 goals, thank you for the Rule 1, by the way. Oh, that's big. After
Great
those first 2
touch.
goals,
oh, what a save.
It has been a subsequent mirror image of the past 3 games of this series. It's been back and forth down the field, give away possession, not by choice, just by nature of the game. And Charlotte has not found much on the offensive half. They desperately need something. Delta breakaway chance, and finally will cut the lead in half.
Great touch and effort here from Andy. So the pass comes out. Andy has to commit immediately from that touch from Beastabonium to beat out the side wall and puts it right out in front. Delta's able to hunt that one down. Has a player on the back post, which just leaves the whole thing open. He has a huge shooting lane and a ton of power.
Still anyone's game. Looking for that insurance goal if you're V1. A tie game if you're Charlotte. Andy will flip it over. Where's the pass? There it is to Delta backboard. And went else up. Beastabonium shot on target, but Gimmick with a great save again. Second or third time we've seen that in this series. And Andy keeping the ball alive, so some desperation out of Charlotte, and it's worked out. Now it comes to the defensive half. How do you clear the ball out? So far, just try to dip it out to Andy, and Beastabonium will get the ball right back. Flips it over one. V1 now struggling to clear it away. And finally, that extra touch will do so, and Torment will have the last laugh.
Calm just kind of bullying Andy as he comes down the pitch. Beastabonium with control. Has a flip reset to work with, but Gimmick will get there to block it out. Big booming pinch from Calm will send this one downfield and back into the hands of Delta. Beastabonium on the attack now. Soft touch, and Calm powers that one out. Gim with control. What a nice little touch there to get it past Andy, but Andy gets the bump and slows down the play.
I'm expecting a V1 goal at some point to come in like the last 10 seconds, so we see in overtime. Who knows if we'll actually get it.
Well, if V1 gets in the final 10 seconds, V1 will say that we're not going to overtime. I think you're expecting a Charlotte Phoenix goal in the final 10 seconds to get the OT.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, thought that might be there for a second. Andy was hunting for it, but Gimmick snipped it out.
About a minute to go here in Game 5. Delta all the way cross field. Can't get that last defender, and what a demo that would have been had he been able to pull it off and jet the ball down. Torment looking for the clear. Centered back out to Andy, who recovers back on the play. Instead of going for the immediate challenge, buys time for Delta to move up the sidewall, and now Andy has to play backboard defense. He kind of does so. Beastabonium will get possession. V1 keeping the ball alive in the blue half, burning as much time as required. But Charlotte Phoenix moved down the field, and they have time and resources to pull off one last good swing. There it might be. Delta can't get the bump, and Calm escapes the pressure for a clear.
Final seconds here. Gimmick gonna look to try and slot it in himself. Can't get it. Posts out. Final attack opportunity here. Beastabonium pops. Andy keeps it alive at 0 seconds. Torment with control now, looking to ground it. Hits the transition so it doesn't go down. Tor off the wall. Andy keeps it alive. Bump. Calm tries to ground it. No, Delta makes a touch. What is happening? This is the second time we're seeing this here today on this series, and it does finally touch down. Version 1 with the script as usual goes all the way to game 5. This time, though, they are going to close it out. Direct actually tweeted out at you. I don't know if you saw that. He came through to let you know 45.1% of the time V1 will go to the game 5 or game 7.
That's insane.
Across everything. So that doesn't matter. That's counting RLCS. That's counting grid. Regardless of what they're doing, game 5, game 7, it's just how it works.
That's honestly disgusting. Like, the fact that that's a stat is just insane. And
the
again,
next closest is 33% according to Direct. 33%. It's massive.
I don't know what to say. It speaks to the ability of the team to be able to clutch up a lot of the times in series, but also the weird inconsistent nature of this roster, that it can either, when it smokes, when it's getting smoked, it goes to game 5, and that's essentially the story of V1. But for Charlotte Phoenix, again, they'll sit in 4th place respectively, so they're not out, they're just playing through the lower bracket, but not a great showing from them, and V1 just kind of handled business. But the offense was not quite there in this series outside of game 1. It seemed like they were just struggling to whether they wanted to commit as a team upfield or whether they were trying to look for infield passes. There were many times where it was a staggered offensive push, one at a time, not a lot of people in the back line ready for that second possession. They didn't look like they were ready to be able to play this series.
It turned into a bit of a boost battle, and I don't think that we quite covered it as well as we could have. There was definitely a battle for boost. I was saying it in game 1 that it was going to really come down to that and controlling those midfield boosts. And Beast of Bonium in the one game, like I said, he was doing full rotations all the way deep and coming back in for the bumps, but he was taking a side boost and a back boost so that when they do play downfield, V1 wouldn't be able to pick that boost up immediately and they'd starve him out. As soon as V1 started taking control of those midfield boosts, it was then staggering that offense and they couldn't commit. They didn't have the boost to commit to come up and make the plays. So good control from V1 to try and take over those midfield boosts and make sure that they were getting their back boosts as well.
Absolutely. And you look at just kind of how V1 have positioned themselves now. Yes, they're playing through the lower bracket, but you keep winning the last game of your series. Each time you play, you're going to win the series. You're just going to keep moving on. So game 5s are not bad if you're winning them. And if they keep this up, yeah, it doesn't help kind of their positioning because, you know, game differential does matter, but they just keep winning. They keep moving forward. Up next, V1 will be playing KCP, which is a big matchup. But until we get to that point, Supersonic, we have to throw to a break. And when we come back, the second to last match of the day here on the B Stream.